I've put together a list of 15 of my favorite Minecraft seeds that I think you need to see. We've got a couple of the craziest villages I've ever found, some great mountain calderas, and some stunning Minecraft terrain for building. And maybe, just maybe, one of them will be perfect for your forever world. There's not much I like more in Minecraft than a great looking cliff island seed, but I guess adding in a second smaller cliff island makes me like this one more than usual, especially since it's nearly hollow with the lush cave. The main spawn island looks awesome too. I always love the look of the colors of the Badlands on cliff sides, and this is kind of the first time I'm realizing that I really like how desert cliffs look too. Of course, adding the bits of lush cave around helps make this one look even better. Man, I just really like this seed. Honestly, this seed just looks fantastic. We get a caldera type area made up of jagged peaks, and there's a village and woodland mansion in the middle. If you didn't know, I play on Java Edition. Seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition have the same terrain, but structure generation and locations are different. So, Java Edition is the only version you'll see the structures I show in today's video. We get the village here generating in the meadow biome, but it mostly just stretches up the mountainside. It looks absolutely crazy, and part of that is due to the dripstone cave cutting into it here. The mansion generates as a part of a pale garden, with the entrance tucked in near the mountains. Inside on the second floor I found an arena room, which has some loot on the top loft section, and you can also see some pieces of terrain, which happens often when a mansion is near some mountains. But yeah, definitely a really great place to spawn into a new world. Some villagers decided living up near the sky is the safest place for them. They're all the way up here near Y level 219. Apparently they saw this big mess of terrain and decided that's exactly where they want to live. It does make sense for a few reasons to be all the way up here. It may be a bit safer, but also sometimes I just feel like being alone, you know? So maybe that's just how they feel all the time, and honestly, that's completely fine. This week I created a video with 5 windswept villages for my channel members. If you'd like to see that, see any of my other members only videos, or just want to help the channel out a bit more, go ahead and click the join button to learn all about that. As always, thanks so much to all of my channel members, and thanks so much to everyone for all the support you show the channel. I found this really nice Cherry Grove Island seed. I mean, it's not too different than any other Cherry Grove Island seed I've ever found, but still, they all look great. Of course, we get the Cherry Grove up on a hill in the middle. It's surrounded by plains and sunflower plains, and there's also this mini little flower forest nearby too. Plus, out in the ocean, you can see that shipwreck sticking out, and maybe that's how you ended up here. If that is the reason, well, I could think of many worse places to be than out here on a Cherry Grove Island. If the odds of a 12-eye end portal are 1 in a trillion, I want to know what the odds of a portal like this is. You spawn into the world here in a sunflower plains biome, and honestly it's a pretty nice place for a spawn base. You could include the little ocean nearby into a build. Traveling across the ocean and continuing southeast about 1,500 blocks will bring you to a meadow with a dripstone cave on the side. Underneath that dripstone cave, you'll be able to find the stronghold. While I show a decent amount of 12-eye portals or glitch portals, it's the first time I've seen one with a full-looking portal but 3 eyes missing. I'd love to know if there's some way somebody could find the true odds of this happening. Definitely a really unique looking portal. Jungles are kind of an underrated biome in Minecraft. At least I mean that in terms of how great they look. They really can just make for some truly beautiful looking locations. Of course, this seed is a pretty great example of what I mean. The caldera type area formed by the stony peaks is pretty awesome, and the jungle in the middle just looks so great. We even get a jungle temple in here too, so you can collect the loot in the 2 chests if you want. I just think this looks great, and maybe living in a jungle could be a different type of experience than usual for your next world. This huge island is split between snowy and temperate biomes, and actually the spawn is right near where those 2 biome types meet up. It's pretty cool to see the clear split between the biome types like this. The island stretches across over 3,000 blocks, and you'll be able to find some villages and igloos, with my favorite 2 villages being this one on the edge of the biome types, and this one that stretches into the frozen ocean. So yeah man, I just think it looks cool to see that clear biome split, just an interesting looking island seed. All of the illagers have some prime looking real estate here, though I'm not sure they accounted for the fact that it could all burn down. If you do just quickly take care of that lava though, this seed looks absolutely beautiful. The mountain behind the mansion just looks incredible, but there are other beautiful mountains around too. Add in a lake here, an ocean nearby, and all the forest terrain with different biomes, and it's just such a fantastic seed. Maybe the combination of a mansion and outpost isn't the most friendly, but man, does this one just look awesome. You know, I can't really blame the villagers for wanting to live out here. It looks like a fairly peaceful place to live. I mean, they are really isolated out here with the mangroves fully surrounding them, so they don't really have much space for expansion, or they don't really see anything else, which that may eventually get a bit annoying. One of the villagers even went so far as to just building a house in the mangroves. But by all accounts, they seem to be doing well for themselves out here, and it does seem like a fairly nice place to live. This split mountain circle seed looks really interesting. We've got the stony peaks and jungle on one side. It's got a jungle temple here, which is pretty nice. Of course, that gives you a chance at some loot with the 2 chests inside. And then we've got the Badlands side over here, which while not technically mountains in terms of biomes, they are definitely mountains. I mean, this peak here goes up nearly to the generation height limit. So yeah, just looks so cool seeing that little caldera thing split between biomes like that. This seed has a woodland mansion in the ocean at spawn pretty much by itself. I mean, I've found plenty of mansion islands before, but none quite so alone, especially since changes were made to make spawning on islands way less likely. This just looks so unique. Inside the mansion, I found some alleys on the first floor, a chicken on the second floor, and a hidden room on the top floor with obsidian and a diamond block. So yeah, we've got the mansion out here with just a couple small pieces of dark forest, and it just looks really cool. Every week I create a new video with Minecraft seeds that have never been seen before. And every week I also create a blog to go with it. It has all the seeds and coordinates compiled in one handy place. After seeing the final few seeds in the video, go ahead and check it out with the link in the description or pinned comment. All of the mountainous terrain around spawn in this seed looks absolutely incredible, but especially the mountain valley that you spawn into the world in. It leads all the way to an ocean where you can find some short cliffs, and just outside of the area, you'll see we get every mountain type around spawn too, with even more incredible valleys and beautiful terrain. The spawn valley itself provides lots of different wood types with dark oak, birch, and pale oak, but you'll easily be able to find jungle, cherry, and acacia nearby too, so all you have to go searching for is a mangrove swamp. I mean, it's really just a fantastic seed for so many reasons. This huge island is just full of hot and warm type biomes. So we have biomes like the desert, badlands, savanna, and mangrove swamp. The only real neutral biomes would be the small section of forest and birch forest. Even the jungle is one of the warm biomes. The island stretches over 3,000 blocks across from east to west and around 2,000 blocks from north to south. You'll get all the different structures across the island that you'd expect to find, with my favorite being the village on a little river island. And underneath the island, you can find a stronghold. I'll give you the coordinates to the portal room. I mean, this is just so useful to have close to spawn. So yeah, that's a pretty cool island seed there. I found this seed that is like a half cherry grove circle, and honestly, spawning into the world and seeing this is just incredible. The view is just truly beautiful. We get that lake in the middle that just looks great, and looking over at this side, it looks like a typical cherry grove circle. But looking over at this side, all you can see is forest. I really just can't get over how great of a view that is. Just such a really awesome place to spawn into a new world. This is one of the most unique looking villages I've ever found, with the windswept terrain making an arch like that. I actually spawned into the world right on top of here, and this part is all the way at Y level 195. I think after grabbing some wood from the section below, I'd live up here for a little while. On the eastern side of this whole thing, we get a ruined portal, and the village goes up the side, and then the 2 houses at the top are the cutoff point of the village. I mean, yeah, that's all. Just such an interesting looking village. For more interesting Minecraft seeds, check out one of the videos on screen, and check out the mystery seed that you can see on screen now too. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.